Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at Zenkai Awakenings, what exactly they are, what they do to a unit, and how you can get them. So it's basically everything you need to know about Zenkai Awakenings, because that way you can reference this if you ever get a bit lost. But basically Zenkai Awakenings will be announced, whether they are for event exclusive units or summonable units. They are generally announced in the news and you can find them there. They will contain details on the Zenkai Awakenings, such as the new abilities that the units gain, but generally speaking, when a unit is Zenkai'd, their current abilities will be altered. They will receive a Zenkai ability, which will increase their synergy with specific units, and they will gain additional passives. Now, also, they've changed how you attain Zenkai power. Previously, it was only from summoning, but now you get Zenkai power from pretty much everything. Battle gauntlets, a set of missions as well that will be added into the game when the unit is released. And so there are plenty ways to make very, very decent amounts of Zenkai power. You can also buy the booster pack for 2,000 stones if necessary, which I never really advise unless the unit is very good for a team you currently have, or of course if you also are missing some Z power to get the unit to 7-star. There's also the ability to summon for the Zenkai still, although really you should only do this if you are horrendously lazy, basically. Once a Zenkai has come out, there will be a brief period and then you are able to also obtain the Zenkai power from the Ultra Space Time Rush, which is an event whereby players can essentially get all the Zenkai Awakening power. So you can complete the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush and then you will all of a sudden, or you will earn currency that you can exchange for Zenkai power. So that's pretty good and that's obviously great. So that's how you obtain a unit Zenkai Awakening, and that's what a unit's Zenkai Awakening is. But let's take a deeper dive to what you actually gain from Zenkai Awakening a unit. So just to show you guys, the Zenkai Ultra Space Time Rush is an event whereby you can clear the different rushes. Once you do, you will receive these special coins, which you can trade for the Zenkai Awakening power. Now I have Goku, who's recently received his Zenkai Awakening, and we have him exactly 100 Zenkai power away from awakening himself. So what we're going to do is we're going to claim that 100 Zenkai power, and then we're going to talk about what he gains and the benefits further Zenkai Awakening him would obtain you. We're then going to also talk about how you need to treat the unit to get the most out of their Zenkai abilities. So as you can see now, Goku obviously has his raw stats, he'll have his current main abilities, and he'll have none of the altered abilities that were present in the Zenkai information. When you Zenkai Awaken the unit, which we will by claiming the 100 power here, you will see that a little screen will pop up and you'll be notified of the changes to Goku. So we have the Zenkai Awakening, and we get a little number next to him to indicate what stage of the Zenkai it is. 7 or VII is the highest. You will notice that there is a raw stat change. There are some slight stat changes. There also are the changes to our arts abilities and to our main abilities. These are the standard changes that come with the Zenkai. Our unique abilities also may be changed slightly, although for the most part they're not really. And then we have the Zenkai ability added as well. So it'll notify you of all the changes. Now, units that Zenkai Awaken right off the bat do not gain changes with every Zenkai Awakening level. For example, Zenkai 2, or the second level of the Zenkai, you don't gain much. In fact, you gain nothing at all. And then you will gain abilities on Zenkai 3. You might gain Zenkai abilities on 4 or 5. But the main thing is the access to the brand new passives. So you'll see our main ability has changed, our arts have changed, but there are always 2 new abilities added to every unit that receives their Zenkai. And these 2 new abilities are usually what makes the difference for Zenkai based units. And it's important that you know how to activate these two abilities, because if you don't, you won't get the full benefit of the unit. Because just simply Zenkai awakening them doesn't mean that you add the new unique abilities. And we're going to take a look at that now. So as you can see, just to run you guys through all the changes, we've obviously had quite a few changes to our Goku simply by Zenkaiing to 1. His power level went up, his raw stats went up, and we got the baseline Zenkai changes. This isn't really enough to make Goku relevant in current meta, but the Zenkai 1 is usually a very good starting point and adjusts the unit to being kind of okay. As you can see, the artwork changes, don't worry, you can switch this back. And as I mentioned before, we'll get a 1 next to the character's portrait. Now, in terms of accessing the full value of a Zenkai, if we are to take a look at Goku as a unit, you will notice that if we cut across to his arts and to his ability tabs, that the Zenkai abilities are locked behind further Zenkai awakenings, but not only that, the unique abilities are also locked behind certain panel awakenings. So not only do you have to increase your Zenkai, but you actually also need to unlock these from soul boosting the unit. Once a unit is Zenkai'd, you have the ability to awaken additional soul boost panels. These soul boost panels will increase their raw stats slightly, will increase their ability levels, and also at stages 3 and 6 give you the ability to unlock new unique abilities. So when you Zenkai a unit, it's not enough to just simply Zenkai them. That won't guarantee you access to the abilities. You need to make sure that when you Zenkai the unit, you Zenkai them, and then you come to the soul boost, go to their panels and unlock the soul boost panels. Now, unlocking all of the Zenkai soul boosts is obviously advisable. If you cannot unlock all of the Zenkai soul boosts, I highly suggest that you go and specifically unlock the new unique abilities. And you can see that here, that the unique abilities are available on panel 3 and panel 6. So panel 3i and panel VI. You will find the new unique abilities. By unlocking those, you will at least have a lot of the power, like the increased power that comes from Zenkai awakening a unit. Now you can get Zenkai souls from the daily bonus mission. I've done a video on how to get Zenkai souls, but you can also get them from exchanging in Ultra Space Time Rush medals and by exchanging in Soul Exchange medals. So there's a lot of new ways to get Zenkai souls, which the game really needed since the amount of Zenkais is becoming far more common. But basically, getting Zenkai souls is a lot easier now. And you're going to need these because you are going to want to unlock and access those abilities. If you don't, then you're going to end up not really getting the full impact of the Zenkai awakening. Seeing people get their units up to Zenkai 5 and remark that they just don't feel any increase. And that's because without unlocking the unique abilities, without increasing their Zenkai stats, you're only getting the bare minimum of their upgrade. You're not getting the full access. Getting them to Zenkai 6 is, generally speaking, the lowest you can go to really appreciate and use their Zenkai. You'll see we got Goku to Zenkai 2 and nothing really happened. And that's because at Zenkai 2 nothing does happen. So it is important to note that not every level of the Zenkai is going to result in anything. But even at Zenkai 2, you do gain access to the additional Zenkai Soul system, and you can obviously give Goku a slight increase in his raw stats and his ability levels. But that's pretty much it when it comes to Zenkais. Obviously guys, it's very important that you do Zenkai your units, but because it's a very difficult and quite long process, I highly suggest you focus on Zenkaiing units you know you're going to use for your teams. But that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.